Mary, right now, people are really struggling, especially young people, and health experts are worried this is only going to get worse as the winter season comes with all these fentanyl overdoses. But one mom who lost her teenage son wants people to know that they are not alone.
Sometimes it feels it's been like yesterday, and sometimes it feels it's been a long time ago.
For the past year, the family of Lucas Bayer has been feeling a tremendous void. The 16-year-old Skyline High School football player died after taking a counterfeit Percocet pill laced with fentanyl. His mom, Olga, wants his memory to help others.
His life will save others. So if his life saves others, I can be okay with that.
New numbers from King County Public Health say in all of 2019, there were 116 fentanyl overdoses. As of October this year, there's already been 135 fentanyl overdoses.
I think it highlights the fact that we need to continue with our education.
Health experts say the fentanyl overdoses are disproportionately affecting young people who think they're buying real prescription pills off the street, but then end up getting counterfeit pills laced with fentanyl.
And what's really scary about it is that it's impacting and affecting our youth more than ever. So young people are dying of fentanyl-related overdose because of the way that fentanyl is coming into our community.
In the age of COVID-19, this King County graph shows fentanyl overdoses peaking at the start of the pandemic.
These are pandemics on top of each other.
Experts say many are trying to find ways to cope.
We do know that people are struggling with their emotional health and their well-being during COVID.
That's why they're warning about turning to counterfeit pills that could end up deadly.
I think that if Lucas was here, he would want to say, ask for help. Asking for help is very, very critical.
People here are living in a state of stress all the time.
This fearful Georgetown neighbor wants to share what she's facing in her beloved community.
I've been attacked in my home.
We're protecting this woman's identity for her own safety because just outside of her house, people are living in and around RVs that are creating constant problems.
The people who experience it every day compare it to a war zone, literally a war zone.
Some neighbors and business owners are calling Georgetown the Wild West. Folks here believe word has gotten out that police resources are thin and that the navigation team is done, creating a lawless community where anything goes.
The crime has escalated.
Donna Holloway is a board member for the Georgetown Merchants Association. Her lighting business was recently burglarized and lost $30,000 in materials.
People are getting broken into pretty much every night.
I'm tired of being the police officer of my business park. I need help.
J.W. Harvey owns the Orcas Business Park. He says they recently lost 12 tenants, most from crime. That's up 39% in this neighborhood.
39% is an understatement of the increase because so many people here have become hopeless. They're not even reporting the crime. They know there's no point because it's not being there's no consequence to that.
Neighbors say they see stolen goods sold from RVs around the clock. They say it's turned their neighborhood into a crime ring, and they say they need help from the city to turn their community around.
I'd like to see it improve. I believe it can improve. We just need the city to enforce its laws.
The Georgetown Merchants Association tells me that 50 of their members have reached out to Councilmember Tammy Morales. We also reached out today, but did not hear back. In Georgetown tonight, I'm Kara Kostanich, KOMO News.
President Mary, the NAACP, as well as teachers and students, shared a long list of shortcomings regarding Superintendent Denise Juneau. Now, she is near the end of her contract, but those who want her gone say there's no time to wait. School should be a place to nurture personal growth and study, but some students of color say the Seattle district has turned its back on them.
I have never once felt supported by the school district by any of the higher-ups.
A press conference led by the local chapters of the NAACP pinpointed Superintendent Denise Juneau as a main source of the problems.
She has not added any concrete evidence that black and brown kids are being served in the Seattle public schools.
We would tell her what we wanted and what we needed from her, and nothing would happen after that.
Complaints include the lack of district-wide ethnic studies classes and a need for better outcomes for black students. Juneau is also accused of purging black men from leadership positions.
When I came into the subject, there were 7 African-American males that were working in some supervisory position. Within 2 years, there were no African-American males within those advisory positions.
Juneau's critics provided this list of those who'd been fired or pressured to leave since she took charge. They say they have one demand of the school board.
We're calling you to terminate our contract, and let's start new, and let's get this thing right.
Absolutely they are. After a summer of steady declines, right now what they're seeing is a fall that has steady increases, and there is no sign of this trend end in sight for this trend. And so the governor right now is taking a look at everything that he can. He's seen a good response to the mask mandate that restaurants and businesses are masking up, but the real concern now are the smaller gatherings. They're finding that those are now the main cause for the increasing spread of COVID-19. The statewide case count per 100,000 is now 100 and trending upward. As you look at the graph, it shows this as a third spike since the first outbreaks in February and March.
So, Governor, what is the solution here since we're going on this, what looks like a third wave, or you can call it a fall surge, whatever you want? How are we going to turn the corner on this?
Well, I appreciate that question. We can turn the corner on it. The good thing, if there's a good thing about this virus, is we know how to beat it. It's really in our control. And it's almost costless, which is pretty amazing, to save lives for something we know how to do, virtually doesn't cost any money, and has science behind it. And that's to simply socially distance and wear a mask.
Like I said, I think at the end of the day, it's going to help people. Like I said, political or not, which it's kind of become, unfortunately, there's obviously something that's going on out there that not any of us know enough about.
Hand hygiene, mask, and social distancing is the way to go with this.
Hey everybody, I'm Eric Johnson from KOMO News. Thanks for checking out the KOMO YouTube channel. You can see more of our videos right here by clicking on the video links for more news from the Seattle area and all of Western Washington. And don't forget to click the subscribe button below so you don't miss our YouTube updates.